Need advert placements, coverage for events, or the latest news stories? Call 070-3043-7110 right now. ANEKE TV, move with the world.
Viewer, you're welcome to another edition of our program, Arena on ANEKE TV, Enugu, Southeast Nigeria. Today, we are beginning a little behind schedule, and we sincerely apologize for not starting when we used to. We thank you for not touching the dial until the start of this program. Today, we are going to discuss on an issue which has been burning in Nigeria. We are talking about the Obi'S chances in the run for presidency. Peter Obi, who was the presidential candidate of Labour Party in 2023 election, had recently moved to the new coalition of African Democratic Congress, ADC. And moving to ADC, he said he is going for presidency and nothing less than that, which means he's not going to play a second fiddle in the course of the run for presidency. Today, we have a very wonderful gentlemen who are here in the studio to lend voice to this topic. I have a man who is well-read, he's a lawyer, he's a politician, he's a public affairs commentator. I have a barrister, Joshua Mba. You're welcome to the studio, barrister.
Thank you very much.
And on my left is a young man who looks very, when you begin to talk about a man being beautiful, then you are talking about the exceptional handsomeness. I'm talking about Honorable Sunday Chukwumani, Public Affairs Administrator and Political Analyst. You're welcome to ANEKE TV.
Thank you, I'm happy to be here.
Let me start from my right. Barrister Mba, you are a lawyer, and a whole lot of things have been on the desk of lawyers and judges about the politics of Nigeria. And the last 23 election, Peter Obi went to court claiming to have won that election. Incidentally, the Supreme Court ruled otherwise. And this time around, he's also going for the same position. And part of the problems of 2023 election was that the results were not uploaded to IREV from the voting platforms. How are we sure that Obi'S, if emerges the candidate of the new party, new coalition, that the results will be uploaded to the IREV? How are we sure it will be uploaded to the IREV? It's only when you have done this that I now come back to think about what chances he has.
Thank you very much. Obi 2023 election in retrospect. Obi was a darling, a doyen of Nigerian politics. The young man who has nothing in terms of tons of cash. Though admitted he is a billionaire, but he didn't come to Nigerian election with money. He didn't come as a money bag. He came with an appeal. He came with a message to liberate Nigeria from the chains of maladministration. The 2023 election was a golden opportunity for the common man to have a voice in Nigerian politics. As the way votes are counted. Without vote being counted, the common man has no say in politics. It becomes a business of the highest bidder. So we had a good opportunity. Nigeria gave him the opportunity to serve. But then, the powers that be, I don't want to go into details of what happens, but every Nigerian knows what happened. The powers that be hijacked his victory. Everything from ANEKE, from judiciary, from the power banks, hijacked his victory, deserved victory, and took it away. We all mourned and cried. What happened in 2023 election was a rape of democracy, was evil against this nation. Nigeria was stolen. And here we are today, suffering the consequences. Here we are today. So, I don't want to waste so much. We are looking up to the future. I believe that will be chances moving forward. We will discuss that one later. But we need to move forward and learn from the experience. They say experience is better teacher. I believe every obedient, every follower of Obi message, we have learned. We have learned, and we are ready to plug the loopholes.
Okay, Honorable Sandani, Obi just joined a new political coalition. But beyond that, Obi was a governor in Apga. Obi went away from Apga to PDP. He became president to run for presidency or vice presidency then. Then Obi left PDP and went to Labour Party to run for presidency in 2023, which he did. And now, Obi is in a new coalition. Do you think it will not be seen that Obi has an interest of self, not actually staying with an ideology, maybe in one political party or the other? Not. Do you think, is it that all the parties share the same ideology? Otherwise, he would not have gone from Mr. A party to Mr. B party to Mr. C and now to Mr. D party. So, do you think it's not about himself, it's about service to humanity?
Anyway, thank you for such a brilliant question. To the best of my knowledge, Obi is not being selfish. Mr. Peter Obi is personally a good commodity. You put it in the terms of commerce. And every commodity is looking for a platform of advert where the sales can be made. Looking at what is happening today in Nigerian politics and leadership, the president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, was AD, from AD to AC, from AC to ACN, from ACN to APC today. And today, by whatever means, either through the judiciary forces, not the vote of the masses, or vote of the Nigerian, or maybe Nigeria offering the mandate to him, he's the president of the nation. Talking about Obi in the real sense, it's not, the ideology of being selfish or being self-centered should not even come in there. How I assess Obi, and I know that most Nigerians see him as well, is somebody who is polite, and he has a lot of stock to offer to his people, and he's ready, he's prepared. He's a man that you can count that, okay, this man has integrity. He's a man of his word. You can see what he did when he was governor in Anambra State. He delivered. And like his likely word, you say, go and verify. His records are clean. So he moving from APGA to PDP. The first question is, did he deliver when he was serving in under APGA? The answer is yes, he delivered. When he go to PDP and became the vice running mate for Atiku, was he ready to serve the nation? The answer is yes. He was prepared. He was ready to handle his portfolio professionally. He went from PDP and became the sole candidate. Why I use the word sole candidate is because this 2023 presidential election was one of the elections that I witnessed that everybody in Nigeria, the whole 36 states came out. They were yelling for one thing: we need good governance. We need good governance. Why? Because the economy collapsed. And they need an economist that can be able to elevate the economy of the nation, which Peter Obi has. He doesn't fear. Look at last time he was about entering, was it Benue? And the Benue state governor made a call that he should not enter. If he enters, he's on his own. He's concerned about people living with IDP, whom he wanted to go and visit and offer his help, his assistance to them. But they deprived him such opportunity to showcase who he is. So the economy collapsed, the security was not there. And let me tell you, the primary assignment of any elected politician or leader is to secure lives and the properties of the nation, or whatever constituency or the entity that voted you. So I see Obi as somebody who is ready to protect the lives and the properties of the entity handed over to him. When they moved from PDP to Labour Party and they gave him the candidates, everybody came out and worked for Labour Party. What Nigeria was looking for was to pick somebody that they can trust. You are coming out from whichever party the nation trusts you. Can you be trusted? Counting from experience of last 3 years now, everything has gone down. People are being kidnapped. People are being killed. Herdsmen invade farms and destroy their farms, which most governments or governors are reckless to attend to. They don't have defense, they don't have security. So coming to the ideology, Obi is simply trying to tell us we can do this thing together. This is our nation. We can't leave it in the hands of people who are not prepared, who are not capable to handle the issues of the affairs of the nation. So I trust and believe that Obi in ADC, African Democratic Congress, will do well if he's nominated to be the presidential candidate of ADC.
We'll come back much about how he's going to do well. Barrister, Barrister Ba, you heard your colleague speak on Obi.
Very well.
Then I want to ask you, Obi seems to have the sympathy of a good number of Nigerians. But still, Obi's chances is tied to mostly on whether Atiku Abubakar will run or will not run. Do you think that in the coalition, Obi will have the support of members of the African Democratic Congress? You know, the support of members of the Congress all over Nigeria that will enable him emerge as candidate of the party with Atiku Abubakar in the race.
Thank you very much. My joining the ADC, African Democratic Congress, is premised on my belief that these are people who have rejected the contraption we have today as governance. People who said enough is enough. people who want a change, people who want to liberate the masses, not necessarily for themselves. Look at the chairman, David Mark. Look at the secretary, former governor Adeboshola, and they ordered every member of the ESCO, of the ADC. These are people who are not looking for money, people who are not looking for name, people who are not looking for entitlement.
But they are looking for power.
They are looking for power not for themselves,
Okay.
but they are looking for power for the masses. They have constituencies. Nigerians are under the hammer of herdsmen, kidnappers, all kind of vices, and they glorify it. They advertise it. Can you imagine that today in Nigeria, a kidnapper, they have TikTok account? Don't forget, before 2023 election, we had a minister of communication in Nigeria who said that NIN, I can remember very clearly, with your NIN, every person in Nigeria will be tracked to the last spot. Where are we today? Billions and billions of dollars were wasted in BVN and the NIN. Today, the kidnappers we hold any member of your family, it cannot be traced. But make a comment in the social media, especially if you are not you are not positioned, you'll be traced. So I believe personally that Obi is the most daring politician in Nigeria as we have today, and Obi, the lovers of good things in Nigeria, the lovers of fairness and equity and justice, the ADC Acquisition Directory, the members of ADC going to the Congress are not going there for partisan parties alone. They're going there to bring a candidate who, in the opinion of Nigerians, will wrest power from what we have today. Without to be in the ticket as a presidential candidate, what are we talking about? Who else can stand the power, the money, and the affluence and influence of our president today, Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Nobody. He has tons of money. But Obi is not coming with money. Obi is coming with an appeal that this nation deserves better. The common man in the village, all of us come from different villages and towns. How are we faring? Are we faring better today than 2023? How are we faring? The measure of any government is the people. That's the measure. Section 14 of Nigeria Constitution laid down a prescribed rule for the government, which my colleague here has mentioned, protection of life and property. But advanced economies has gone further. Even countries like Ghana have gone further that even hunger is part of human life. That's what we are lacking in Nigeria. So, Obi, in my humble estimation and opinion, with Nigerians, the ADC Congress will give him the ticket.
Okay. I'm still on you, Barrister Mba. We want to look at what the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been able to do so far, because I heard you said the economy is down, insecurity and all that, and you have not even told me. You have even told us that bandits and kidnappers have TikTok accounts and all that. So are there things that the administration of Tinubu should have done to better our insecurity? We have not come to economy. To better our insecurity, which he has not done. Are there things that he should have done, but he didn't do it? And which our expectation is that if Obi comes in, he'll be able to address such thing within the limited, because at length Obi said he is going for just one term?
Yeah, I think from inception, our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no roadmap for this nation. He has no roadmap because all these problems were there before he came in, but they became amplified. They were all there. Are we not living witnesses? The bandits, the kidnapping, they were there, but they became amplified, as if their godfather is now in the presidency. That is the problem. Our president went to Benue State when about 700 people were killed, and he couldn't reach the victims. He couldn't reach the mourning communities. What was the excuse? That the roads were bad. That's what he told Nigerians. His inspector general of police is sent to visit there before him. They don't go. What was the excuse? And nothing happens. Nobody was asked any question. Nobody was sacked. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in my opinion, has no roadmap. He has no plan for this nation. If I borrow the words of what is his name, the former spokesman of Atiku, who is now the spokesman of our president, the man from the north, the lawyer from the north, Boala. He said that if you give Bola Ahmed Tinubu 30 years, he will do nothing. Verify. Go and verify. He said that if you give Bola Ahmed Tinubu 30 years, he will do nothing. He is now the spokesman of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Why? You should tell Nigerians why he changed his mind.
He said it before he appointed him.
Yeah, before during the 2023 election, when he was speaking for our
it's like Bola Ahmed Tinubu tends to bring in those who have criticized him in one way or the other. Are you sure he's not going to make the same inroad into some persons who have supported ADC and criticized him? Because we have seen Reno Omokri, he has been appointed ambassador. We have seen Mamudu, the ANEKE, former immediate past ANEKE chairman, he has been appointed ambassador. And so on and so forth. These were people who were headlong in, criticizing Ahmed Bola Tinubu before and even as president. And those people he has called to himself. So, and you are saying that this other person was also called in to become his spokesperson. Do you see Ahmed Tinubu as somebody who tries to honor such negative speeches against himself or his administration by appointing those people, appointing them into offices so as to shut up? And that goes to show that probably those people were saying those things because they wanted something. And he tries to show the people that those persons who were talking those things were because they had nothing. They were not carried along in government. So let me show you that those people are not, they are not doing that for the purpose of helping anybody. They were doing that to help themselves. So are you seeing that as Tinubu's, stock in trade, the kind of thing he wants to do?
President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is commonly regarded as a strategist. That's what he's, even a child of primary school is known as a strategist. And I concur. He is a political strategist. But what is his strategy in? It's an agent in negative. That is the problem. He is a silencer. He silences the opposition by enemies, hook or crook. That's what is stock in trade. So, coming to your question, of course, he will make a load. You want to make a load into ADC. There's no way, because that is his trademark, to poach and, if possible, to corrupt. But I am assuring you that the people that are in ADC, people coming into ADC, are coming there for a purpose of liberating Nigeria. Myself, for instance, I ran for the Senate of Enugu East. Enugu State is now APC State, so we are told. But my humble self, I'm not an APC man. I can never be an APC man. Tell me why I should be an APC man? Is it insecurity? Is it employment? What aspect? What has he delivered? So our president, with all due respect, has no agenda for this nation except to occupy the office of the president.
Okay, Barrister Mba say the president has one primary agenda, just to answer and occupy the office of presidency. And do you concur? And if you do, you know, what are those things upmost in your mind that government ought to have done to the masses of Nigerians so as not to attract the catalog of criticisms against the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and which, in your estimation, you think the coalition of ADC and maybe other political parties may bring to the fore if the franchise is ceded to them come 2027 elections?
Anyway, like the office of the presidency shouldn't be seen as a luxurious office where you are coming to celebrate whom you are. It should be seen as office expected or built for service delivery. Because going by the Constitution of Nigeria, many people are disarmed. In the sense, you see somebody who is elected from a constituency, the person will be there looking for constituency development, and they will pay him the money. And he forgets the primary assignment that got him to the Senate or to either House of Assembly or House of Rep, even as a governor. So we need, there must be an amendment to that very constitution. In Nigeria South here, they are governed us by this amended law, the 1999 amended constitution, which I see as a common criminal code from the military.
What do you mean by common criminal? We don't use that word for the constitution of the federal government.
Okay, if that constitution was derived from the military,
okay,
that's what they use here in the South. Over there in the North, they have another constitution, which they use for Sharia, religious law.
The penal code.
Yes. Okay. Now
we have a lawyer here.
In a nation that is observing two kinds of constitutions, how do you think that people will move forward? Because people in the North don't believe what the people in the South are doing. They see you as infidels. Then when the presidency comes in, he takes advantage of that.
But the president is from the South.
Well, yes, he took advantage, because even the very man who is his running mate, the vice president, this is a man that has showcased himself several times trying to negotiate with the banditries. What was the outcome of that negotiation? The major problem in Nigeria is that there is no consequences to crimes.
It was alleged that he negotiated with bandits, but he has publicly denied that.
Oh, so the video clips we saw and other things, maybe they were offers before he declared that he didn't negotiate with them. Anyway, like, I believe that if the coalition will survive, it must be based on integrity. Integrity in the sense that they have seen the loopholes. They have seen where the current presidency is not doing well in terms of development, in terms of security, economy, school. Okay, just imagine last year.
Yes, we'll see where the current administration is not doing well. That's thus says Honorable Sunday Ani. This is where we pause for a break, after which we'll come back and still continue our discussion on Obi'S chances in the run for presidency. My guests are still here. Remain your anchor. Please don't touch the dial. be there for us as we continue this program after this break.
The eagles stand as a majestic symbol of strength, clarity, and vision. Its ability to soar above storms signifies resilience, while its shaped sight represents focus. This is why many nations, including Nigeria, use the eagle as an emblem of nation pride. Eagles do not fear challenges, they embrace them. They fly higher when the winds become strong, rising above obstacles rather than avoiding them. This teaches us that problems are not barriers, but stepping stones for those who dare. To live like an eagle is to stay focused, courageous, and disciplined. It is to see opportunities where others see only difficulties. The sky is not your limit, it is your launch pad.
You're welcome back, viewer. We are still on our program Arena on ANEKE TV in Southeast Nigeria, and my guests are still here. I have Barrister Joshua Mba, a public affairs commentator and a politician. I also have Honorable Sunday Chukwumani, public administrator, political analyst. They are still here to continue to lend voice to Peter Obi'S, His Excellency Peter Obi'S chances in the run for presidency. We were talking about things that the government has not done, what you think they have not done well. But there are things that the administration have been able to do. For instance, we did not have a queue in the filling stations during the Yuletide. Secondly, the skyrocketed prices of domestic goods that were very much up, and of course even the dollar that was very much up. During this administration earlier, it got to 1.7, that is 1,700, and today it's about, it ended the year with about 1.4 something. So, which shows that the economy is coming down and domestic goods are coming down. But the area of electricity supply, which has mad production, is still there. But the fuel prices are coming down, at least with the emergence of Dangote refinery, because it has come to be a refinery that augments the shortcomings of our national refineries of Kaduna, Warri, Port Harcourt. There have been shortcomings on these refineries in terms of production. But Dangote has come, and the costs of importing fuel kind of had to go down as a result, because of the monopoly the importers play. The importers tend to play a monopoly in consonance with the Fuel Price Regulatory Agency and the NNPC and co, the subsidiaries of NNPCL. So, goods, domestic, started coming down. So, are you saying that the economy is taking a shape from where it were? Or do you have your reservations on the economy of this country?
Thank God all of us are here in Nigeria. I think before Mr. Presidency got to the office, the fuel was around less than 150 naira. Immediately he announced on that very day.
The present administration?
Yes.
No, I disagree with you.
But about 180, precisely.
Okay, between 150 and 180.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now we know In the same Nigeria, the cost of fuel skyrocketed to over 1,000 naira and gradually coming down. What is the cause? Are we producing nation? If we are oil producing nation, why are you importing PMS, DPKs, and AGOs? What happened to our refineries? I overheard the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said that the whole refineries will come up. By today, after 3 years, there is no refinery working in Nigeria. And that has deprived a lot of graduates job opportunities. So there's no way, the economy is not growing. I can't call it growth of economy, where you're supposed to have fuel less than 100 naira, and you're buying PMS over 800 naira today. The economy is not growing. What's the essence of borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing? Where are they putting the money they are borrowing? Why money in trillions of dollars are missing from NNPC posts? And there was no investigation on that. This is recklessness. It's not helping the economy. Rather, it's causing havoc, economic havoc to families, making us to live in an expensive nation. Expensive in the sense you find it difficult to pay for a house rent. You're talking about energy. I overheard him, he said, if he did not make light and energy available in the whole Nigeria, that we should vote him out. If going by this, he has lost the election come 2027. I wish all Nigerians will come out and maintain the status quo. This is what Ahmed Bola said, that if he did not make light available, energy available in Nigeria, that we should vote him out. If I were him, I will not come out for the election, because I have not maintained my promises. Otherwise, I didn't see any other manifesto he had. I expected that ADC coming in, either by candidature of Mr. Peter Obi, as an economist, he knew what it would take to grow the economy. Because if we have energy, there will be less consumption of PMS. People are working in industries that will have the energy to power their gadgets. Not patronizing filling stations or petrol stations to buy PMS or DPA or AGO to power the generators in order to have their gadget on. So I believe the candidature of Mr. Peter Obi will do better in growing the economy. It's a mission to rescue the nation, and in the process of rescuing the nation from strange hands, the economy will also be rescued. People will have hope again that, okay, we can live in peace. Because somebody who has no job, the person will be thinking he's an idle man, and they say that I don't mind, it's a devil's workshop. When you see those people that don't have anything doing, they can decide to go and do whatever mess they like. But when you see people who are engaged in one job or the other, they will free themselves from crimes. The crime will reduce drastically if we have good governance. Look at our roads. Since over 26 years now, every government that comes from this local government, state government, federal government, they are constructing a road. And land there is one, they are running from Lagos to, is it Calabar or where? Later they said, the Minister of Works said that they will stop it. We should be thinking about easing the economy, easing the power. Allow those people who are generating taxes in the areas or in the state, let them use what they generated. Than running the whole thing to Abuja, and at the end of it, the people who generated, they don't have any hope, they don't have any income, they don't have any benefit. Their lives are not even saved. What do you think about a nation where you pay high bill in the hospitals, and there are budgets to equip the hospitals every year, and the citizens are not benefiting it? The same thing goes down to the state. They do budget, the citizens are not benefiting. Go to mortuaries, you see high increase of disease there. You see people slump and die. Slump and die, is it an attack? Where is the slumping and die coming from? Because of the bad economy. when you have maybe 4 people in the university and you cannot afford the school bills, what do you think? So this present government messed up the economy of the nation, and there's no hope. They cannot offer anything again.
Okay, you said they cannot offer anything again, but there are still people who believe they can offer something. But I want to ask you, Barishamba, you see, sometimes it's reported that we have going to 2 trillion deficit on electricity tariff by the federal government. And when the federal government started giving subsidy, you know, there was a removal in petroleum subsidy. And of course, a lot of promises were made by the government in power. If the subsidy is removed, there's going to be a whole lot of changes in the economy, in production, and so on and so forth, such that will make do for employment, mass employment, because day in, day out, the Nigerian universities and polytechnics and other institutions are churning out graduates. And these graduates have been seen and described by some persons as unemployable. So, and unemployable, some of them are unemployable because of lack of skills. So today, both skilled and unskilled don't even have the jobs. If you are asking for people who will go for jobs, you find out about 2 million persons might scramble for a job of 10 persons. Application for 10 persons, 2 million people. And what have you? We remember the disasters that has happened in Nigeria, where they say that recruiting people in, is that immigration? Immigration.
Yes.
And people died because there's no job. So people trooped in their numbers, and there was stampede and all that. So I ask, what is the problem with electricity in Nigeria such that government says they're paying 2 trillion in subsidy?
In fact,
have we had electricity in Nigeria?
In fact, if we use 1 week to analyze the Nigerian economy, it may not be enough. We just scratch it by the surface. Let me borrow the words of His Excellency P2B. Nigeria is a criminal enterprise. I make bold to say it. A criminal enterprise where the leaders will manipulate and put their people in bondage. They were simply using the principle of Joseph Stalin of Russia. You know this. Remember this, the story of the chicken. He will remove all the hairs of the chicken, and chicken will be dripping in blood, gasping for breath. And as he moves, he throws some corn to the chicken. And chicken will be eating it because there's no choice. That's what they're doing. Price the economy of a common man to eat. Drink pure water. You're saying that the economy, they're bringing the price down. Bringing what price down? From what away? Things should be, you should live things better than you met it. That's the principle, the general principle of life. Your children are better than you, and so on and so forth. You met bag of rice in Nigeria under Jonathan around 17,000 naira, and the thing went to 100,000 naira, and it's down about 60,000-70,000 naira. And you're telling me he has brought it down. Brought it down to where? What is the minimum wage of Nigerians? Those who have even the mega job. The minimum wage is not enough to buy a bag of rice. I'm telling you that the economy is what are you talking about? Are we drunk? They are simply I don't know what to describe our people in government. They are people trampling on the life of the people. They are people eating and dining with the blood of Nigerians. That's what they're doing. That petrol is coming down to how much? In Nigeria, okay, in Lagos, it's coming down to 700 or something by that gote. Others are selling at 800 or something. in East here. I bought fuel here in Enugu here, 900 and something. I bought yesterday, 900 plus. You can see the disparities. From where? From 170, 180 to, let us use the minimum parameter, which is about 700 and something naira in Lagos. So is that what you see as the economy improving? How many percent? Up to almost 1,000%. And there is no commensurate increase in the purchasing power of the people. The economy improvement should be gauged from the people, from the common man. Is he able to offer? Is he able to have decent living, decent accommodation, hospital? Do we have hospital in Nigeria? Apart from the private sector, that is so my colleague has said, which is so exorbitant. The government hospital is a death trap. If you go to a government hospital and you don't know anybody there, you come back, your relative will come back dead. That's what we have to do. Even National Clinic, that the budget billions and billions, can you assess it? No, nobody. Even the president cannot. Even the president have no confidence in his own National Clinic. He travels to France or to wherever on monthly or weekly basis as he likes. The first thing he did was to buy a presidential jet in this nation. The second thing he did was to build 20 billion for Vice President Lodge.
Let me, so that you'll be able to round off. You were saying that power supply has not been very regular. That is to say, we have had epileptic power supply. And I asked you then, where is the power upon which the government is spending about 2 trillion per annum on its subsidy? Because they say they're paying power subsidy on electricity subsidy. So have we had the power supply?
What the government is doing is to muzzle the citizenry, to draw the last blood from the citizenry until they can no longer walk. What are you subsidizing? He told us that let us start with fuel subsidy. He told Nigerians that the subsidy removal will be used to provide infrastructure, provide health, provide every kind of amenities in the world. Where are we today? Some people came this year through time. Some people came from different parts of Nigeria, especially the Easterners. Some spent 2 days on the road. Apart from the security problem and risk, a lot of people lost their life on the road. Tell me any road in Nigeria that is maintained by federal government that is in top notch. They say they are spending 1.5 trillion naira, almost half of Nigerian budget, on coastal road. There's nothing wrong about coastal road, but you cannot be going to the sky when your ground is sinking. You can't. Nigeria don't have road to move from interstate. Federal government roads is death traps, and that's why the bandits and kidnappers are doing their business. That's why the enterprise is moving, because they know where can you run, and they're telling us that the economy is moving forward. Nigeria is a criminal enterprise until this government, if they have any item of shame, say to Nigerians, I expect them to tell Nigerians that we are sorry, that we didn't know that we cannot do it. And that is what Peter Obi is coming to do. Peter Obi is coming, he said one of his cardinal program is to move Nigeria from consumption to production. We have the arable lands all over the nation. We have, look at the fuel. Where do we start? We spend billions of dollars in turnaround maintenance of Nigerian fuel refineries, and none is working. A private sector, a private entrepreneur Haji Aliko Dangote. May God bless him. He's the only man that has come to rescue Nigerians in terms of petroleum. Otherwise, by now, petroleum would have been hitting 2,000 naira as predicted. It was clearly predicted. 2,000 naira per liter. So the government will have a government of propaganda. That's what they are specialists, propagandists. That's what they are. I can't see any. I stand to be corrected. Any aspect of Nigerian economy that has improved.
Okay. Boris Samba says there's no aspect that has improved. Yeah. So, from your perspective, you see P2B coming to stem the tide. We had Carlo of Nigeria, who was in Malaysia, and of course as a very wonderful economist, was able to turn around the Malaysian economy. We have the same Carlo in Gambia sometime, and of course equally. But Nigeria's economy is not far coming. Do you think P2B can, with all his economic studies, he can do that magic within the 4 years?
Yes, I believe that the candidacy of P2B can help the nation. Number one, when you have an idea to give your people security, it will attract investors. When investors come into the nation, they will expand the economy through the industrialization. But when you don't have any chances where somebody will bring in his wealth or his money into your nation, and by tomorrow they will vandalize it, or banditry will come and carry the whole foreigners or expats, then how do you think that economy will grow? I believe if opportunity is given to him, to Mr. P2B, he will be able to stabilize the economy by making the nation palatable, so that people will have the confidence, the courage to bring in the resources down here. Other experts will come and invest, and the economy will grow.
Thank you. And in a nutshell,
P2B is a wealth creator.
Okay, go ahead.
P2B is a wealth creator, and there's no way to go apart from going forward. If we want to create wealth for Nigerians, create the enabling environment for Nigerians, build the economy, and make sure that people go back to the farm, to the job. That's what the P2B is coming to do.
Yes, you talked about farm, agriculture.
Yes.
You have mentioned agriculture on numerous occasions in the course of this conversation. So, how do you believe that agriculture will do the magic in Nigerian economy?
In Bangladesh, in Malaysia, even in India, agriculture is the highest employer of labor all over the world. That is what family at least can thrive in subsistence farming, feed themselves, and in feeding themselves, they are feeding the nation. How do you go to farm when the herdsmen, the bandits are taking over the farms, taking over the forest? Even the one cultivated in my own village were eaten by cows of the Fulani men, and nobody can challenge them. So the government is not staying in a conditional office. It's not the periphery of office. It's not the international travels. Government is impacting the life of the citizens. That is what government is meant to do. And if you are sincere, P2B said, as P2B says if his the leader, his wife and the family are not corrupt, the corruption will go down 50%, and they will know it. You cannot give what you don't have. As he said in law, you cannot give what you don't have. You can't. So a man we don't know his university attended, we don't know primary school attended, we don't know his classmate, we don't know anything about him. that is public domain. He cannot. I doubt he cannot give anything to any people.
Well, he was governor and he was a very successful governor.
What do you count as success? That's the question. It was the subsequent the later governors that did what they did in Lagos. And don't forget that Lagos has been the capital of Nigeria since for the past 40 years. Was calling Nigeria for almost 40 years. And Nigerian facility, the oil in the middle belt, in the Niger Delta. The oil in our state of Imo State, other state, even Anambra, the oil wells we are used to develop Lagos, the skyscrapers, the bridges. And you say it was the governor that built the terminal bridge. You've forgotten, was built by Baghdad in 1991, before he left in 1991. Was he the president that built all the chains of load, the skyscraper, the banks, on all the economy of Lagos? It's just it's an impostor.
Well, that word impostor should not be used with. You said that the government, this present administration, but they seem to be becoming popular by the day, because majority of the opposition governors, governors of PDP and others, mostly joined the APC. You know, they mostly joined the APC one after the other, so as to make Mr. President, or even cripple the other opposition parties, except for the emergence of this coalition. So,
okay, I think they didn't join APC because they saw trust there. See what happened first. The Nigerian state was disappointed with the judiciary when they failed to say or to deliver judgment that can bring whom they voted. And Mr. President is a very strategic politician who knows that if you can harass them through judiciary and the security, you see what's happening? They withdraw the whole VIP securities. So the trust is no more there either in the judiciary. The trust is no more there either in the ANEKE. So that's why all of them who feel that they cannot be secure, they are running to APC, thinking that through the presidency he will give them maybe whatever chances they have. If they are doing well in the state, why should they go to the other party?
Okay, the governors are running to APC to secure themselves, so says Honorable Sondani. Because of want of time, gentlemen, we are pleased that we have you on this program despite the challenges. And I want to thank you, Barrister Joshua.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Honorable Sondani, you're welcome, and you're welcome to us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
For being with us, and I am Rex Arum. This is where we're going to draw the curtain on today's edition of Arena on ANEKE TV, southeast of Nigeria. Thank you for being there with us. Join us on this program next time, same station.
Looking for a window to the world? A place where news, entertainment and culture come alive. Welcome to ANEKE TV, your ultimate destination for stories that matter and moments that inspire.
At ANEKE TV, we bring you breaking news, exclusive interviews, and live events coverage, all with accuracy, integrity, and a fresh perspective. From the heart of Nigeria to the far corners of the globe, we keep you informed, entertained, and connected.
Whether it's sports highlights, music and lifestyle trends, or community stories that touch lives, ANEKE TV is more than just television. It's your companion in every moment. Rich, vibrant, and truly unique, our programming celebrates the diversity and energy of Nigeria while keeping you at the pulse of the world. Don't just watch TV, experience it, live it. Move with the world with ANEKE TV. Follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at ANEKE TV. Because at ANEKE TV, the world comes to you.
ANEKE TV, move with the world.